I went from flipping burgers at McDonald's to filming luxury supercars for a living, and here's how I made it happen. This is how I started. I was vlogging videos on my iPad, walking around the train stations of Tokyo, filming vlogs for myself.
Okay guys, so we just got to Haneda Airport, which is in Tokyo.
And I think we're about 2 weeks in, and it was Christmas Day, and my parents gifted me my very first Nikon D3 400.
And I'm on my new camera, it's the Nikon D3 400. It's really good.
I think this was the moment that actually changed everything for me, because without them gifting me that camera, I wouldn't be where I am now. It's sort of weird to think about that. To me, filmmaking back then was more of just a hobby. Going out and capturing the moment, filming raw, pure moments of us when we're in Japan, just making these vlog style sort of videos. After Christmas Day in Japan, I continued to film the rest of our trip on my new camera, and this is where it all changed. I started progressing more and more with my camera. Started filming a whole lot more when I came back to Melbourne, filming a heap of different things just in and around the city, experimenting as much as I could with my camera.
Now we're gonna be talking about street photography, the tips and tricks.
I hate when the sky's like really blue.
It's my vlog, how are ya, mate?
Doing all of this as just experience. And this isn't even just client work. We were going into the city and genuinely just filming and taking photos of anything that we saw. And the love for filmmaking just kept growing. But the one problem that I had was that this gear wasn't cheap. And at the time, I didn't have the money to be able to buy this expensive gear. So when I was 16, I could finally get my first part-time job, and I started working at McDonald's. I worked there for a total of 3 years, and in that time, I was able to buy my very first full frame camera and a pretty good lens to go with it. And at the time, it was around 3-4 grand, which to me, working at McDonald's, that was a lot of money. And it was just going all into a camera. And I had the mindset of, I'm either going all in on this or I'm not going in at all. And this is the thing that I love doing. I'd been filming vlogs ever since I was 13, 14 years old. At the time, I was around 17, 18, buying my first full frame camera. This is the one thing that I wanted to do in my career. I loved filmmaking, and I just loved the whole process of every single thing that involves filmmaking. I knew if I wanted to be filming supercars for a living or these amazing projects that I work on to this day, I needed to invest in myself, because I believe that's the biggest investment you can make when you're young. Just investing in yourself, you're gonna get the best ROI in my opinion. So I finished high school in 2021, and this is the decision that I had to go to uni or go all in on my filmmaking business. This was such a tough decision to make because at the time I had no experience in the filmmaking industry. I didn't have a lot of connections, but I tried to build as many as I could in year 11 and year 12. But the thing is, I didn't have the experience to go all in with my filmmaking business. So what did I do? I went all in on my filmmaking business because to me, there was only one option. This is what I wanted to do. And to me, if there's one option, I have to make it work. So I genuinely tried to learn as much as I possibly could. Tried to learn from as many people in the industry as possible. I was working on a bunch of different projects, getting a whole load of experience in the industry because that's what I needed at the time. I needed that experience to back myself up. And a lot of the stuff that I was doing at the beginning was free work. And the reason why I had to do that is because I had nothing to back myself up, no work to show for myself. So I was still working part-time the year after I finished high school. And this is where I started to do free shoots for the people that worked with me at McDonald's. I remember a guy had an Audi A4 and I took photos of his car for my portfolio. And the reason why I did that is because I needed this to be able to show what sort of work I can provide. And by utilizing people in your network that you can easily connect with, this is going to be the easiest way for you to be able to get your first project filmed. So this is an example of me using my network to be able to create a portfolio for myself. Because at the time I was just a 17, 18-year-old who didn't have any work under my belt. So I was doing all these free small car photo shoots, but what was the next plan? What did I want to do to be able to take this from, I'm going to work with people from my McDonald's, to paid shoots? And the difference was having a portfolio to back yourself up and then being able to charge for it. It's honestly that simple. So at this time, I had around 3-4 different car photo shoots that I'd done at the time. And I had someone else approach me at Macca's who wanted their car shot. And I thought, you know what? I'm at the point now where I feel confident charging for these photos. So this guy had a Hyundai i30 and we went out one night and took photos for around 4 hours. And it was my very first paid shoot. And I was honestly over the moon because I'd never experienced being able to get paid for my own work. And it was one of the best feelings ever. Actually getting rewarded for your work makes you want to put more time and effort into it. And when you get a client that's actually satisfied with what you've done, it's awesome because you also love that they're happy. So then after this, I really had to start to build my network outside of McDonald's because I knew I'm not gonna be able to find all my clients at McDonald's, of course. The biggest lesson I learned early on was to connect with your network to build your portfolio, because that's going to be the easiest way to start building up a profile for yourself. Taking action as quick as possible is going to fast track your success. So if you can utilize your network to the best of your ability, you can just get your first projects done as soon as possible. So you're probably wondering, when was that transition from small car photo shoots to high-end clients and supercar clubs reaching out to us? Getting out there and building your network is going to be the best way for you to get more clients. And utilizing social media is going to be the best way to do this. So we just kept continuously sharing our content as much as possible. And then we had a supercar club reach out to us. They saw the content we were doing and they wanted to organize a meeting with us. And this is the best way to be seen by your ideal clients. If you like social media or you don't like social media, the matter is you still got to play the game. So we sat down in this meeting and we organized our very first shoot, filming their drive day. And this was an experience that I'd never thought I'd be doing when I first picked up a camera. And this was such a pinch me moment, being able to do this sort of thing. And it made me realize that I can actually do this for a career. Now, once we had this very first supercar club as a client under our belt, we needed to over deliver. Since that day, we're working with a whole bunch of supercar clubs and organizations around Melbourne. And this is the reality of it. With these drive style event videos, they want them turned around relatively quickly. The reason why is because if there's a drive day on Sunday and we turn it around on Friday, everyone's gonna forget about it. Everyone wants to see it as soon as possible. So that turnaround time is crucial. So as long as you're confident that you can turn it around quick enough and you're providing a great result, then the client's gonna be pretty happy. There are a lot of challenges that come with it, but the rewards overcompete it by a mile. The exclusive access at these events, the amazing people that you meet, and the crazy locations that we go to, it's fucking awesome. It's so much fun. All of these owners are actually so nice, and being able to create a relationship with them, there's gonna be a lot of benefits that come with filming their supercar clubs. I've had the opportunity to drive a whole bunch of different supercars on these events too, which has been bloody awesome. Or even the network we've built where someone is asking us on a Friday afternoon, a part of the supercar clubs, if he wants to take us up in his plane. I mean, you're kidding. I never would have thought this would ever be happening. So some of these experiences are just so unexpected. So if there was 3 big things that I wish I knew earlier on in my career that I could teach to you guys, one would be making sure I network with as many people as possible while I'm out on site shooting for other clients. Number 2 is definitely utilize your personal brand to be able to attract more potential clients to your filmmaking business. And number 3 is making sure you're consistent on your social media profile, because being active on your social media is going to be the best way to attract clients for your brand. So if you're interested in learning more about how to attract potential clients for your personal brand, click the link below, as I'm offering my one-to-one coaching, teaching you exactly how to do that. So to wrap this video up, I started with just a camera and a dream. And if you're watching this video right now and willing to put in the work, you can do that too. You've got this.